Hey, well, if you threw down a lot of cash for Taylor Swift tickets for someone, like I did, you know it hit your wallet pretty hard. But with some fans paying upwards of $1,300 or more on tickets, what if they instead took that money and invested it? So just for fun, Marshall Clay with Welsh Group joins us now to talk about that, to just give us some perspective on the value of money.
Yes, so there's this constant battle between our short-term desire to consume
Sure.
and dealing with those longer-term responsibilities. And I think the time value of money is a foundational financial concept that we all use to determine what the present-day value of our present-day spending really is.
Yeah.
And so it makes sense. If I were to offer to give you $10 today or $10 10 years from now, you would definitely want to take the $10 today because of the earnings potential, right?
Right.
And this works in reverse when we're thinking about spending. When you part ways with dollar bills today, you are giving up those future earnings. And so I know we're kind of picking on Taylor Swift, and I mean, she's extremely talented.
And whether it's Taylor Swift or, a vacation or just whatever brings you joy, we're not saying don't do that, but just for perspective, if you took that money and did something else with it.
Exactly right. I mean, I want everybody to experience all the things that life has to offer. But I think when we're talking about, the Taylor Swift concert, for example, you're talking about $1,300 present day dollars for one ticket.
Some people put as much as $23,000. So what could they have earned? Let's just
exactly. So just looking back over 30 years,
okay,
the average internal rate of return for the S&P 500 was 7.52%. So if you were a 25-year-old person and you bought a $1,300 ticket, Taylor Swift concert ticket, the true cost of that ticket was approximately $23,632.
Wow.
So that's what you really paid for one ticket. Now, most people didn't go by themselves.
Sure.
If you were a mother or father, you probably bought a younger, child there.
Yeah.
So maybe you bought two tickets.
Yeah.
So you can kind of say, well, I spent $50,000. Now, she's a great, talented singer, but that is a big sacrifice to make for one experience. And I think you hit on a great point. It's not just Taylor Swift, it's all these little micro decisions that we make. I mean, I was looking at just like a cup of coffee to go to Starbucks and spend $2.64. The true long-term cost of that cup of coffee is around $45. If you look at subscription services that we just pay without even thinking on a month-over-month basis, the average subscription cost is $15 a month. That turns into $40.
Keep that graphic on the screen. Look at that. So just for perspective, you're talking about $45,000 that you could make with that compounding interest.
Yes, if you just got rid of one subscription service and said, look, for the next 40 years, I'm not going to pay for Netflix. Now, I love Netflix, but let's just use that as an example. And you avoided that $15 a month. If you compounded that at 7.5% annually, that would come to around $43,000. And the reason why this is so important is if you look at the retirement statistics in America, about 50% of Americans have zero savings. I'm not talking about $100. They don't have anything saved for retirement. And this is even more staggering. Approximately 80% have less than $100,000. So 80% of Americans have less than $100,000 of savings for retirement. So I wasn't at the concert, but I imagine if I went to poll the people at the Taylor Swift concert, there's going to be a lot of people that probably shouldn't.
So I think your takeaway message here, save where you can, right? Where best you can, because long term is going.
Yes, use that time value of money, thought. When you're looking to spend money on things, think about the long-term ramifications of that spend.
Marshall Clay with the Welsh Group, we do appreciate it.
You're welcome.
If the Swifties want to email him, you can find him at the Welsh Group.
I'm a big fan.